Most parasitic flatworms are hermaphrodites. First of all, this makes it easier to find a mating partner. Any worm of your species will do for mating. Secondly, after hermaphrodite mate, both worms will have offspring. Thirdly, hermaphrodite can even fertilize itself. For example, when a tapeworm wants to reproduce sexually, it can simply bend itself in such a way that reproductive ducts of his two segments, procletides, are opposite each other. After fertilization, male reproductive system in this originally hermaphroditic segment gradually breaks down to free up space for thousands of developing eggs. In addition to sexual reproduction, many flatworms, mostly trematodes or flukes, undergo asexual reproduction at the larva stage. This is in essence cloning. All offspring of such reproduction are genetically identical to the original individual. But for parasites, quantity is more important than diversity. To grow from an egg into an adult worm, parasitic flatworms often go through several larval stages. In tapeworms, the life cycle is built on principle from prey to predator. When an egg with some contaminated grass is eaten by some herbivore, for example a sheep, the larva develops in the body of the sheep, enters the resting stage, and waits until this intermediate host will be eaten by some predator, for example a wolf. And in the body of a predator, a final host, a larva becomes an adult worm and starts sexual reproduction. In flukes, principle is generally the same, from prey to predator, but there is one nuance. One of the larval stages must develop in the body of a mollusk, a snail for example. Trematodes and mollusks have a long shared evolutionary history. Trematodes originally arose as parasites specifically of mollusks. Flukes have learned to perfectly deceive the immune system of the mollusk and to hack their relatively simple hormonal system. Using chemical signals, trematode larva makes mollusk to eat more, to not reproduce, and to supply parasite with nutrients. It is inside this snail that trematodes undergo a massive asexual reproduction. Larva copies itself many times, and then these clones leave the body of an incubator snail and infect the next host. The ultimate goal to any parasite is to get to the final host. And some parasites manipulate their intermediate host to speed up the moment of getting into the final host. About these manipulators in my next videos. Love to everyone, bye to all.